Ah, eagle-eyed Discordees may have noticed that a video just popped up about 12 o'clock solid. A 1-hour video of a game Slice and Dice that did not happen on a stream. I'm playing with a little experiment. What I've done is I've set up another OBS profile that has a much higher bitrate and goes directly to YouTube. And I found that I can actually stream directly to YouTube and to Discord Live without losing any bitrate at really high quality. And I can do it whenever I want without having to stick to a stream schedule when I just want to play something. But you know, there's like a psychological element with all you games where you're like, oh, I want to play a game, but I kind of don't want to play it without showing it to someone. But I also can't fit it into my schedule because I'm playing all these other games. And it was really bugging me. So I decided to try this thing. So yeah, I sat down at 11, I pressed go, I played the game, I pressed stop, made it live, it was easy, and now there's an hour-long video of Slice and Dice on YouTube, so rather than me just being in Discord Live in the future whenever I'm goofing, I'm probably going to do that, and it'll just be random content. I guess we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of kind of deep-rooted well-being / psychological reasons why I think this will be helpful for me. But I won't go into that too much. I went into more of the reasons why I'm doing it, practical reasons, on the video itself. So if you want a random video of a cool itch.io game about rolling dice and slaying monsters, that's now on YouTube. Now then, we are here for Shadowrun. Story time. So I better load it up, hadn't I? Now I distinctly remember just pressing the stop button on my music, but it hasn't worked again. I think if I press it at the wrong time, it breaks, so I have to close my Stream Deck and reopen it. That's great, that's a good job. Okay, so we started our adventure in Dragonfall yesterday. It went pretty well. We didn't die, we almost did. We lost one team member, but I mean, I think that was supposed to happen. Also, the camera can't pick me up because it's too dark. Hang on a minute. There be light! I've opened a window. I mean, a curtain. Same difference. Yes, I won't read this again. We did this last week, but effectively we showed up back at our hideout. We decided that we were going to find this dude who set us up on this mission. Little loading time here. And so our next objective, we've just spoken to a dog. That was good. I guess we've got to talk to everyone. That was a recommendation from Cyber Necromancer who suggested this game. He said talk to everyone because you get side quests and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm down. I like that Doggo follows. Doggo good. Let's start by talking to Glory and try to remember what her voice was. It's pretty plain, I think. I changed it because, like, it was too vibrant. Glory is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. Is it her giant robot claw Wolverine hands? I don't know. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware. From head to toe, she looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. I'm guessing that chrome is an in-universe descriptor of just somebody who has cyberware. Like a hip street term for cyberware. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon. but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Oh, I can use my spellcasting / conjuring. Oh wait, Bocce chance. Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? Spellcasting conjuring. Use astral perception to read Glory's aura. Without shifting your attention away from Glory, you allow your consciousness to partially slip into the astral plane. As your third eye opens to the hidden world around you, you feel the familiar tingle of dormant senses awakening. The room that you're standing in slowly shifts to match its true nature, a lifeless expanse of grey, ugly, and cold. Your own body, however, explodes into a swirling chaos of scintillating colour. As the astral plane shimmers into view, you focus on Glory. You can still see her with your corporeal vision. Her delicate frame, the bulky cyberware that breaks her silhouette, the faraway look in her eyes, but laid over the top of her physical body there is a slight shimmer, her aura, damaged though it may be. The chrome that Glory is sporting has really done a number on her, where whatever she may have been before she went under the knife, her aura is now reminiscent of the room she's standing in, a cold, dead thing, mockingly sculpted into a facsimile of life. Somewhere within that mutilated aura, a shred of humanity awaits, but finding it isn't going to be easy. Suddenly, Glory's body language changes. The look on her face is somewhat between suspicious and alarm. I got something in my teeth, you're staring. With an aura this shredded by cyberware and surgery, it's going to take a minute to gather any useful information. Take the piss. Just trying to figure you out, Glory. You got a lot going on beneath the surface. I imagine that we all do, yourself included, and yet you don't find me gawking at you. As Glory speaks, you continue to focus, shifting through the void left by her vintage chrome to find the tatters of her original essence. Finally, you catch a glimpse of colour, a flash of her true self, and behind it, something else. In a reflexive panic, your third eye slams shut. The hidden world of the astral plane disappears from view, but an afterimage of what you saw remains, twisting in your mind. Glory is, or was, magically active. The shred of her essence that flitted past your vision left you sure of it. What's more, you'd wager that she had real power once. Terrifying power, of a sort you can only guess at. All of this was surprising, but it was what you saw behind her aura that chilled you to the core. There was something connected to Glory's essence, a metaphysical tether stitched into the fabric of her soul. It reminded you of a leash. You can't say for sure what was holding the other end, but whatever it was enormous and ancient and cruel. You can't shake the feeling that as you looked into it, it stared back at you. Did you sell your soul to the devil, Glory? Trembling, you find yourself back in the mundane world. Glory is still staring at you, her neutral expression ever so slightly tinged with annoyance. We need to talk about what I saw in your aura. A little forward. I have a question for you, Glory, of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport, personal reasons, you understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing this conversation. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. What do you need? We need to talk about what I saw in your aura. Let's try that. I knew this would happen. Look, my aura is my own business, and none of yours, understand? What do we do here? Let's see. Agreed, but the thing I saw that was tied to your aura is much my business as it is yours. I saw me. I saw that you're protective of your past. Yeah. I know protective of your past, I can respect that, but something terrible is happening to you and I can help you if you let me. It isn't happening. Glory's lips curl into a sneer. It happened a long time ago, and I fixed it. What you saw was nothing compared to how it used to be, and you shouldn't have been looking in the first place. She pauses for a moment, and the hard expression on her face softens. Look, I understand that you're trying to help me, and I appreciate it, I do. but I'm not ready to talk about this yet. Maybe when we know one another a little better, okay? Until then, just give me my space. You got it. Alright, so I'm sort of progressing the dialogue options with these characters. Interesting. So I was able to glimpse into Glory's astral consciousness and see her aura, and now I've got character options. This character hates me, so I'm gonna do something about it. Iga glares at you and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I could do for you, fearless leader. You're wrong about me, Iga. I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that butchy chance. Now please leave me alone. Not yet. There's something else that I want to say. Alright, but make it quick. We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this butchy chance. One of these days, we're gonna hash this out. You can talk all you like about this clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Alright, Iga, but this conversation isn't over. It is for now, fearless leader. She turns away. Do us both a favor. Take the hint and go away. Okay. I'll give her some space. I'll respect her wishes. One day we will hash this out. But today is not that day. Another Akira bike. Oh, we have a whole bunch of junk, huh? Need to talk to these other two people. Dietrich. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you, botchy chance. Oh wait, yeah, hang on a minute, I'm gonna have a sippy. Botchy chance, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. Take the bottle, to Monica. Prost! The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel, a taste of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. Huh. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks his eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Botchy Chance. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me you moved here from the Rhine-Ruhr megaplex. Made it sound like you've been in there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. I had to drop out of sight for a while. Sure enough, I think that most of the team is here to hide from something. Not me, of course, given the choice between hiding from something and punching it smack in the nose. You know which direction I tend to lean. Yeah, except you miss every single time. You're a support class, Dietrich, right now. Really? How do you know? Intuition. Got a nose for damaged people. Of course, I've spent most of my life running with and playing for folks who were damaged in one way or another, so that might have something to do with it. So things got heavy back in the Ruhrplex and you decided to bail and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? More or less, there wasn't much left for me in the Ruhrplex and Monica made me a hell of an offer. Ah yes, Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? Then let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Are you always this inquisitive? Yeah, I suppose. My life's an open book, so I guess I just sort of figured that everyone else's will be too. That about it. Want to fill me in? We were friends. Right there with you. Privileged to say so. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For all it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Wasteful. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. He's alright, Dietrich. I like him. It's an interesting crew we got here in general. And now, I think that's the end of his conversation, isn't it? I'm going to double check because I play Souls games. Amsel, who's probably German, but I gave him the most British voice ever, so I guess whatever. Bocce chance! Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? No, not yet. Then please continue working. We need to find that man. Alright, guess we gotta go on a trip. But first, we gotta have a look at her stash. We don't have any new shit. We do have some points to spend. Now then. Last time. Bocce was really good with her magic spells. We don't have enough points to upgrade magic spells. Increase spell book slot. Ooh, what does this do? Maximum for humans, elves, orcs, and trolls. Got it. Wait, dwarves can have higher stats. Okay. Ley lines visible through Fog of War. So, yeah, we can't upgrade spellcasting yet. It's decent right now, but what I was going to say is she had a real problem with her SMG. Chance to hit in ranged combat is quickness. Reduces the chance to hit by enemy physical attacks. Chance to hit with ranged weapons. Like, this is kind of what we want. Critical damage percentage visible. Aim shot. So we could go... We have to do that to get this. Additional weapon slot. We don't need that. But again, we have to increase this to be able to do things. So let's lean into the SMG a little more. We'll go out there. Save that point. Alright, it seems good. Time to go outside, I guess. It's you and me, buddy. I'm gonna do something actually. There was an option, I think. Camera mode. There, that's better. Free cam's cool and all. Actually, you know what? I like having the ability to look around. I just don't know what I... Also, you can project orthographically if you're really into that perspective. Auto. I guess this is in combat. It's not, so that's cool. Extra blood, yes, good. So we need to meet with Altug Bragazzi. Ah, but we also got this. A valuable shipment of antiquities will be arriving soon at the Seattle docks. Useful information to someone who can take advantage of it. Who's this guy? The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease. Her almond eyes twinkled with They glare from a dozen trade screens. He speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to Data Heaven. Can I help you with something? I need some tech. And one type said jewel. I'm on the market for something exotic. What kinds of tech do you carry? Anything and everything. Need a new deck? Software, perhaps? I'm your girl. She taps a painted fingernail against the molded plastic of her data jack. Or maybe you're a rigger like I am. Perhaps I can interest you in a new drone or two.
It all sounds whiz to me. Oh boy. Jiminy Cricket.
Let's see what you got. She sells cyberdecks, which we are terrible with, so I won't be using one. Sony. Still around, I guess. Drones, which we don't need. Outfits. For those who dress inside the Matrix and out. Grants intelligence. Don't need consumables. Okay, she sells things for hackers and drone people. We are not that. Thanks for your time. I guess I'll converse. See if there's anything else I can learn. No, okay. Cafe. Gosh, there's a lot of stuff. That's where we're supposed to go, right? So... What, David? David. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Kreutz Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for this kid. Oh, hi, Butty Chance. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. Kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? It was horrible. There was blood everywhere, is the truth. I'm sorry, kid. We all are. Yeah, look, I think I want to be alone right now. Alright, David. Talismonger. Oh, this looks magical. Yeah, I'm into that. Let's go. Oh, your name is Absinthe. Of course it is. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Hello and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours, a curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Willpower 4, look away! Haha! I got karma for that. Thanks. Marshalling your strength, you manage to avert your gaze, breaking out and stare. All at once, the floating sensation dissipates and your consciousness snaps back to its normal state. What was that? What happened? My fault and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional, yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No skin off my back. Now let's get down to business. I have money and I need magic. She nods, taking care to avert her gaze. You'll want to talk with Algernon. This is his establishment. He can help you. Now if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. Alright? Will you try to take my money or something? You try to do some stuff? I think you were trying to get one over on us. Buy some magic you don't need. Yo, look at this guy. Amazing. His hair is like... I did not expect that image from the character on the left. Greetings, young human. The elf's voice is as smooth as silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Half-Dream. Hello, Cyber Sadbomb. The owner of this establishment. In my shop, you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Well, you haven't really missed anything. We've just been talking to people. Now tell me, how may I serve you? I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How do you get your hair like that? You're in luck. I have a great many answers. What's the deal with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master. You haven't answered my question. He pauses for a moment, considering. I believe that they suit her personality. Now, is there anything else you need to know? Oh, okay. What kind of magic do you practice? Personally, the true kind, but I sell goods tailored to all traditions. In my shop, we do not discriminate. Can I see what you're selling? Right. Now it gets interesting. Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. So right now the only thing we have is like magic missile. So we need something better. Required alright, we can't conjure. Offer provided to apprentice magic users by their mentors as a reward grants +1 willpower and 1 charisma. I don't have any armor right now, so I should probably buy this. +1 willpower is a nice thing.
Magic.
Lightning bolt is great because it does -1 AP. A magical explosion that pierces armor. Oh, you know I'm all about explosions. Stun bolt, a stun spell that does -1 AP. Cooldown 2. That's cheaper cooldown than lightning bolt, but it doesn't do damage. Dispel, let's see. Distraction, acid stream. Strip armor. We don't do conjuring or chi casting, so we don't need that. Consumables. This is for spirit summoning. Fetishes, yeah, that makes sense. I kind of don't want to spend all my money here, but because I'm sort of thinking about the SMG. But I really like having lightning or stun. Cooldown 2 is really good, but damage is also really good. Ah, I'm torn.
Lightning bolt.
I mean, that's the meme, right?
Lightning bolt, fire, fire.
I'm gonna put this back for now. I'll take the lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Can I move this? Do I have to like... Oh, okay, fine. But it doesn't matter. Okay. I don't know what Creepy Eyes Lady's deal is, but she wasn't able to trap us and snare us with her weird face magic, so I guess I'm good with that. There's a party over here. What's going down? Dancer's bag? What, I could just steal? Okay. How big is this place? The Armani patriarch is an impressive figure. An enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavern Baxtale. Tavern Baxtale or Baxtale? Is that a word or a name? I don't know. I don't know Romani things. Or I don't even know Romani accents, so I won't even bother. You're here to conduct some business. If so, I welcome you to the Metback Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. I was hoping to ask you a few questions. You make a purchase? You can ask as many questions as you like. The corner of his mouth twitches upwards. Make a big enough purchase and who knows, I might even answer a few. Heh. In that case, I suppose I'm buying. Very good. Something that increases our quickness would be good. Kind of even out. Silk grenades? Ooh. I am looking for SMGs. Right now I have a Beretta Model 70 with 5 damage and a cap of 30. That would be a small upgrade. I could just buy a grenade launcher. Why wasn't that an option? Excuse me? I want that. Long range, cap 1, AoE 3, damage 14. Yeah, that's not for us. Unfortunately, we'd have to split off and that's not going to happen, is it? I mean, it doesn't seem to be anywhere. I wonder if it's just like one of those things that's not really affected by stats. Nevertheless, we'll keep our money for now. You've got the cash, old Zach's got the flash. Oh, really? Zach Flash. Jump in Zach Flash. This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all of this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. This is the fucking Oblivion elf guy. Guten Tag, mein Freundin. You are here for some magic, because Zach Flash, he gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish, is your magic man. Magic? Are you a street mage? Zach lets out a throaty, barking laugh. Street mage? Me? Do I look like a street mage to you? He shakes his head, but his smile doesn't waver. He fishes a small bag of pills out of his back pocket and dangles it before your eyes. No, chummer, I'm not a street mage. I've got the magic in my blood and the magic in these bags, but you won't catch old Zach studying any spell books. Well, in that case, let's talk about the magic you got in that bag there. What do you got? Oh, a little bit of everything. I've got your Zen and your Hyper, your Nitro and your Nova Coke. If you want it, I've got it. Zach leans toward you and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I've even got a special concoction of my own design, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you're serious about getting high. So you want to conduct a little business? Show me what you got. He sells Flash, 2 movement, 2 AP. Kamikaze, combat stim that adds 2 body, 1 strength and 1 willpower. Nitro adds strength and willpower, but less coverage and intelligence. There doesn't seem to be a downside to these. Should we buy some drugs? Is that what we're doing right now? I'm gonna give this to someone, to Glory. I suppose I should talk more to him, just in case it's a side quest. What's the bandages on your hands? Zack snorts out a short burst of laughter. He waggles his bandaged hands in front of you. Oh, these? Nothing much, chummer, nothing much. Tussled with a spirit back in Amsterdam. You know, we elves are very spiritual people. You fought a spirit with your bare hands. Did I say fought? Zack winks at you, his smile twisting up into a licentious smirk. You can't help but noticing his eyelashes appear to be dusted with glitter. Nah, chummer, Zack Flash is a lover, not a fighter. We partied, then we tussled. Hard not to get banged up under the circumstances. That's my cue to leave. Toodles. Good luck with that. Triage Cyber Clinic. Hello, Maelstrom Alpha. Have you heard of the High Elves? I'm cyber punk colored. This game is one of those that uses yellow, so I'm doing that. I'm doing a bit. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly, and he's not speaking, though. He's just doing popcat. And his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Doing your best to look uninterested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. Dr. Xavier Edskibel. Oh no, the price I'm quoting you is more than fair, well below market value. In fact, you can't pay for it, that's your problem. Yes, I know that the price has gone up, this is a seller's market. Well then, you'll just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. Impatient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, a $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. He extends his hand to you. I am Dr. Xavier Edskibel, and your name is... Bocce Chance. Pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Bocce Chance. What can I do for you today? I need cyberware. What do we got? Data jacks will allow us to use SmartLink weapons, but we're kind of not built for that sort of thing. I'm just curious as to what is available. We can't buy an arm. Gives us extra HP. Induction data jack, iData jack. But these are all data jacks. That's 3% to hit. That would be cool. Basic metal machine replacement for your leg adds 8 HP and 1 quickness. Oh heck. We're coming back here later. I'll replace some of our limbs. We don't need those meatbag limbs anymore. Skinwalker limbs. We gotta get some chrome. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. The Mother Superior, she says there'll be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. Shh. I wasn't aware of any convent or church nearby. She's there when I close my eyes, and I am Maria. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her likely as a BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. I see. Yeah, she's got like a VR chat plugged into her brain because real world is terrible, I guess. The story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and the children their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? Look, do you know Monica? Monica? Is she one of the sisters at the Abbey? No, wait, Monica. A flicker of recognition lights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica, she's good to me, brings me food to eat and tea to drink. Not anymore, sweethearts. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died. While working a job, yeah. Girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Oh. The girl's frail body shudders as her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies, and childhood pets. And she was a good person. And a childhood pet. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack in her head. I'm gonna step away now. It's good, I need to rejoin the children. Man, that's bleak. But absolutely something that's going to happen in our real world, I guarantee it. Not your adulthood pets, no. That's the other reason people will use those. Hey, they're sinners like you. Oh no. Phone rings. I've been meaning to jump back into VR chat because there's still a million things to explore in there. It's an old obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. Alright. The monotone pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. It's times like this that I wish I had a monotone... what do you call it? Adjusted voice. I don't. The only thing... In fact, I don't have anything prepared right now. I need to fix that. Oh well. The Shock Venom Writer's contract for this kid says no more, but your chance is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this kid. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. Okay. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. With each one you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. I'll keep an eye out. Okay, you gonna tell me what you want? Because, you know, I'm carrying some hay data. Alright, I think we've spoken to... Oh no, we haven't. There's yet more people. There's these fellows. Fellow humans. Lane. For you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. Haven't been here long. You to the Coots Bazaar then. Heard Monica had some fresh meat in her stable. I'm Bocce Chance, by the way. Good to meet you, Bocce Chance. Name's Alexi Lane. Is that a name I should know? No, I suppose not. Just the way I like it. There's something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. You know something about it? Just what my eyes and ears tell me. I had a feeling. Besides, Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? We lost her. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. Alright, so Monica's like knows everyone here and is like looking after the people that need it. That's what I'm learning. Look at this guy. Crypto man. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is kindness in his eyes. Ah, hello, human. I figured that one out. Hello, Herman. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a conversation with my assistant. The volunteer worker holds her silence, but her expression is full of naked hostility. Samuel gives her a sidelong glance, and she seems to get the message. The fire in her eyes dies down to a low simmer. But we do not want to be impolite. Is there anything I can do for you? I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I take it you run a charity of some sort. He nods. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as, give me specifics. He clears his throat, begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I've established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people of the Bazaar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. Excuse me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the Bazaar working with me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and to do all of the hundreds of other little things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. He beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that demand my time. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are in providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets would go a long way toward keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, we'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 yen, we could make the purchase. Of course, I do not expect you, a relative stranger to our kids, to contribute that much. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. I mean, Monica used to help these people out. And we've got some cash, and I think that now that she's dead, we should take over the reins of what she was doing, right? Bam! This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Freundin. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I will put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. I'd like to talk about your organization's policies. You said that you worked with 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean that other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. Figures. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Bazaar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? Your use of exclusionary language is telling. Even humans are allowed. I'll reserve judgment. You're helping people and that's what's important. Good of you to understand. Now, is there something else that you'd like to talk about? No questions, I'm just passing by. I mean, I could call him out as exclusionary language, but I'm pretty sure the dude has seen enough of that directed at him in his lifetime. That I would seem like a real prick to call him out on it right now. To this cafe down here is where we're supposed to go. I realize this game's pretty fucking rad. Yeah, it's well, they gave them all away on Epic a while back. Maybe you missed out on it. But yeah, it's good. You might be dealing with tone policing every day. Yeah, probably. Unconscious bias is a difficult thing to use your kind of your second methodical brain to figure out. You know, your instinctual brain makes you do things. And your secondary, oh, what is that shit? It's like, you know, you have an instinctual mind and a reasoning mind, and like having to constantly catch yourself when this guy probably has to deal with that shit all the time. It's like, I'm not gonna chew you out on it, my dude. Doing good. Don't pay attention to EGS. Oh. Well, what it does mean is that this is probably fucking no money on All Key Shop or something. But there's a bunch of these, Shadowrun games, and Cyber was saying that this one, Dragonfall, and Hong Kong were the better ones, so I'm going to trust his opinion on this. I'm enjoying myself a lot. The specialty today is a caramel soykoff. Nice. The man behind the counter looks right past you at the dog following close behind. And at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch... everyone's got a fucking posh British accent in here. Stupid. Dante, where's he from? Where's he from? We're gonna have a sippy. We'll fetch the water dish and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Brooklyn. Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, I want a coffee. Soykoff black. The Turk looks disgusted. Very well. A soy cough. Jesus. Paul Amstel sends his regards. When he hears Amstel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Oh, very good. Please express to Herr Amstel my appreciation of his patronage. Oh, it's Brooklyn's a little if it needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I'm always happy to provide. I don't know exactly what a Brooklyn accent sounds like. It tells me that you're developing the menu for a friend of his now, Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Paul is always pleased to send business your way, Herr Burakgazi. He was hoping you could discuss some of the details of his Green Winters order with me. The coffee shop owner offers you a smile. Of course, Herr Amstel's just too kind. Burakgazi turns his head and calls into the back room. Gami, come! A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Burakgazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish.
As you wish, Uncle. I will see to it right away.
Oh god, that was like Orph V doing a voice. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room where she came from. It looks like some sneaky giftos just happened. Such generosity within our ranks, eh? My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I like trifle. I hate to trouble you. I am embarrassed to even ask. But I would be most appreciative of your help. Of course, Herr Brugasi. It's no trouble at all. Atuk's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple. Hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network. As part of my civic duty, you understand? These taps provide a free matrix access for all who live in the Kreutz Bazaar. In order to maintain their, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. I'm drinking a Monster right now and it keeps coming up and I keep having to turn away to like do little burps. It's getting caught in my throat mid-sentence. That's it, no catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It's a time-consuming and a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Her Emsa requested. Alright. Jan Goldschmidt! That's a good name. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar dripped with unrestrained breath. A fine day for a Soikov, yes? Every day is a fine day. From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his Soikov by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Ho 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 ho! Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Oh, Tug, meine Freundin, you are quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. Are you going to put... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? That's a pretty sick insult. Why'd you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his Soikov cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altug? 2 years of Soikov has strained patience, yeah. And I remain happy, and Altug makes money, an ideal business relationship. That sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. Very good. It's supposed to be German. I don't know what I did. I just don't care anymore. Let's tinker in. The data trap's protocol buffer is reset. We're not that stupid. We know how to do that much. He ain't even a Lorg boy. It's not that big. For a middle-aged man, you know. Why would I do this? Tip the dancer. Yeah, it's 5 yen. I mean, you're doing a great job. Just keep it up. It's snowing and everything.
Life is rarely kind to people of my age who sit in a bar drinking soy coffee all day. I'd like to see you be, Mr. Jock Football Team Man.
This data's taps ba. Bizarre monument towers over you. The top of the pedestal, the form of an angel, stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there, I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Statue name. This is my tribute to victory, the victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and a parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids as the Siegersäule or Godelsa. Okay. Isn't it obvious? The Siegersäule, a monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. About the artist. I am the visionary Herbert Kunzel from the Lindwurmer. You might know me from. Okay, well there isn't much I'm known for yet, but I intend to change that. All art is born from misery after all. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. The hubris of anarchy. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find that you can make out two distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Okay, let's see. Nasal woman.
Just heard, Monica. Need to verify. Good for us.
It sounds like Baron Greenback. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else, but until it goes to stop a minute later.
Think our next step.
Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more.
More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone.
Guten Tag, how may I help you?
I don't know why she sounds like this. Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike.
I heard. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Quartz Bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes.
You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more.
Oh, you ridiculous rodent!
It's a stellar insult from the man himself, Baron Greenback.
Curse you, Danger Mouse!
Anyways, let's go back to the coffee shop. It is a little, but I should have done it more like that. That's easier to deal with.
Welcome back, Honor Deaf and Dim. How may I serve you?
Coffee is in real coffee, not soy coffee. I just want to know what this is.
Yes, for individuals of refined taste, I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. My native Turkey, Brooklyn, New York.
The cafe owner looks you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious.
This is a top-shelf item, my friend, and not for the general public, only for those with few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it.
I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee.
It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the Sixth World. This was considered a luxury even before the Awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere, every street corner, they say.
Burakazi leans close, following his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop have perfumed his body with the commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco.
Trust me, in your coffee experience has been limited to Soykov. You must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God.
Alright. How much?
This is a specialty item. Delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for less than 50 nuyen a cup.
Alright, let's have some expensive coffee. Let's go. Bam.
Very good.
He hands you a ceramic travel cup, which he then fills to the brim with dark, steaming liquid. The scent is intoxicating.
Is there anything more I can get you?
Time to bust out those texture maps. Standard Costa prices, yeah.
That'll be $40.
Now I have a mission item, authentic Turkish coffee. Who knows when this will be useful? Finish with your little trifle.
Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties.
Difficulties? No. One of the taps had been modified a bit though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device.
Of course they were. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin after all. In the Flux everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you were to stay here, F and them, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Taydamer always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it.
Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. Might be important.
Oh, tell me, O listener at Keyholes, what did you hear on this surveillance tap you found?
Couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture.
News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more?
Woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. I do enjoy Altug.
Also. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back.
Sounds good. Keep me in the loop.
With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business.
He barks at a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for her Amstel uncle. I don't know what her voice is. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my constellations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Bakazi gives Kami a small nod and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you.
Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. Few knew how important.
The memory stick Kami just handed you.
Alright, the memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information her Amstel requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day.
Alright, my dude. We got what we came for. I am curious about something though. Oh, this is fenced off. Okay. I want to go down here. Okay. There's nothing in the Unterbahn. Unterbahn just yet. Field chef. Like Solid Snake, but culinary. Yeah. Well, I guess you do get field chefs in the military, don't you?
Them boys ain't gonna feed themselves.
Them soldiers. I've been in triage. And Abachi should be a full cybernetic, full prosthetic. So maybe I should be saving up for that. Right now she doesn't have any special implants. Dog! No cyberware. Everyone's gathered here, so I don't think anyone will be up here. Okay, let's talk to our people. Right to left. We've got a job to prepare for, Bachi Chance. I don't have any more time to talk. Alright. I guess they're all gonna be like that. Bachi Chance! Amsel peers at you apprehensively, his eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Walt Tug. He gave me this memory stick. Let us see what this agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Berg Kadzi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of a kietz called Drogenkipper. Sorry, what the fuck? Drogenkipper. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkipper. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Eager slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people, we have a hotel to raid. Glory and Dietrich pause. Exchanged looks with Paul. Just a moment, Ager. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Bachi Chance is the right choice to lead the team. There is a long pause before Ager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. What? One of these people should be hang hell. Aga speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge again? She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Bachi Chance is the reason we're still alive, Ager. She kept us together. She let us out of there in one piece. Making her your number one girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Petridge reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Aga's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Diet Rich. He knows what's up. That's true. Diet Rich manages a smile.
What can I say? We're German, innit? We have history of strong political views.
Erga sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice.
Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Butchie Chance, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke.
It's kind of true.
If you'd rather she take the lead, I'll abide by that, but I want to hear each of you say it.
But no quarrel with you, Ager. I'll do as the group wishes.
You stay out of this.
She stabs an armored finger into your chest. Hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. That's right. The doggo agrees. Doggo wants us in charge.
I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Butchie Chan saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a while longer.
Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment, therefore I trust in Butchie Chance's judgment. This discussion is finished, Iger. Ansel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Butchie Chance will take Monica's place as the leader of the team. Let's see. Hey, Iger, could you grab me a soy cup? I'm the leader. Get me a coffee. Fuck me, that's good. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monica's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Ager.
That's big of you.
He looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante, then she sighs.
I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it.
I'm gonna get her on my side.
Butchie Chance takes the lead then. Conversation closed.
It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Wheaters. Indeed, I have transferred this information that we received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Butchie Chance. Now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Ansel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I eagerly await your return.
I wouldn't suggest driving the dog and keep it. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway.
Thanks for the tip, Iger. The U-Bahn it is. Iger nods and turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. We've got to make her respect us. So we have to show her some respect. That's how it works. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When a member of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Docks office in Kreutz Bazaar. Okay. Whew. Diet Rich. Nothing more to say. Okay, yeah, everyone's gonna be like, just go and do the thing now. So, Cyber, you were probably not here right at the very start. We spoke to everyone, we did. We poured out a drink with Dietrich. We spoke to Ager, which is going okay. And we did some shit with Glory here. We sort of astral projected into her brain and saw like Satan or something. I don't know. I guess we'll explore that later. Butchie Chance, you should probably be getting ready for your trip to Das Castle House. Time is short. I'd like to ask you about another member of the team. If you have questions about your teammates, I'd recommend checking your mission computer. I know that Monica wrote dossiers on each of them. She'd be the best qualified to tell you about their capabilities anyway. What about the Kreutz Bazaar? A little slice of heaven, isn't it? What can I tell you about our kids? Where can I sell pay data I found on a run? Check this Shadowlands BBS on the mission computer. Monica, she used the bidding service there to sell valuable data. Alright. What about the people there?
Where to begin? Samuel Bockenbauer is a good man, perhaps a bit xenophobic, but this is to be expected. He stands up for the rights of the goblinoid races, the orcs and the trolls, yes? And they've been more vilified and victimized than any of the other metahuman breeds. What is important is that he's a leader and a healer and that he helps his people. That's what I said. In the Psychoff shop you will find Jan Goldschmidt. I tell you that you will find him there because he never seems to leave the place. Every time I go for a coffee, he is there sipping on Soykov. Beyond that, I cannot say what I think of the man. He is a jovial sack of fat. Perhaps if you speak with him, you can learn something more.
It's not very nice, but okay. Right. I know where to get coffee, I know where to get drugs, I know where to get magic, I know where to get cyberware, I know where to get tech textures, and I know where to get guns. I already did that. Jovial sack of fat is pretty apt description of him, but it's just a bit mean.
Hey fat tits, you want some coffee?
They might as well be saying that. We're gonna take the Autobahn, but I need to get to the computer in my base. What am I doing? Fucking size shaming this dude. Everyone. Your workstation or mission computer, the command center of your team's operations, and your last link to the memory of Monica Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of this workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Let's see. Amsel, Paul, Dietrich, Glory, Ager, Bocce Chance. Watch Monica's entry. Amsel. Paul, a talented and well-connected fixer with contacts all over Berlin. He's more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. Diet Rich. One of my dearest friends and a shaman of tremendous power, a good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Diet Rich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Ager or Glory. But when the chips are down, he's more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich, just a good, reliable guy. He pauses for a moment when she speaks so you can hear guilt in her voice. He is getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him for as long as he's able to. We'll see, I suppose. What we're doing, we're just reading some lore. Gloria, our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think that I'll ever really know her. Somehow I doubt that anyone will. On an operational level, Glory's solid. That chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. I've seen her take a troll apart with her hand razors, and when her adrenal pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. And we bought a bunch of drugs to make it even better. On top of all that, Glory's a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she's patched me up at least a dozen times. Between her skill with a medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries, and in our line of work that's a luxury. That's really all I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I've seen this kind of behavior before, of course. Something bad happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it, and I'm sure that her cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know, maybe someday she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Iger. What to say about Iger? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with a shotgun, and she's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing having a trained sniper on the team. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages too. All of that military training has left her, how to say it, rigid, I suppose. Unlike the others, Iga isn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists and maps and timetables. She wants a hierarchy and she wants it formalized. I don't think that she realizes it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Glory and Dietrich wouldn't put up with it for more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing all the same. One of these days the situation's gonna come to a head. I just hope it doesn't happen soon. Noted. Give her some, but don't give her everything. Bocce-chan's my secret weapon. I've run enough with Bocce-chan's to know that she's trustworthy, good in a fight too, but beyond all that, it's just good to see her again. There aren't many people left from the old days, far too few, and Bocce-chan's, well, she was always the best of them. God, that was sappy. Mental note, re-record this before Bocce-chan's gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that she'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Iga would want, but it is what would be best for the team. I understand. Shadowland established. Topics matching local keywords. Thread killer in Seattle. Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contract and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree and so far no one has a clue. Pathetic. If something like that happened on my books, the vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll cops are. Hey, Maelstrom posted that message. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. Tolstoy. I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper and I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Walther ME2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts this goon. Flaming the Popo. Who is Blitz? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dogger just trashed my land trade hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled. Left a bunch of garbage files all over my disks and I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dumbass test before you're allowed to deck in this town. Step up your security, write some wide IC programs if you can, at least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours next time he tries it. Just make sure that your IC is quick. Heavy hitting IC is no good if it can't catch up with an intruder, a fact that I take advantage of on a regular basis. Always running ACW. Like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have IC on the thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my LAN and they left an unsecured jack point in a bathroom stall. Old as hell maintenance jack in a fuse box and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowland isn't your personal tech support board, Lumens. Glad to see you fixed your own problem. Only way you're gonna learn. Maelstrom. This Maelstrom guy keeps popping up. Post pay data for sale. Oh. Yeah, it's like a Bitcoin. Okay, let's go. Antiquities delivery schedule. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Jobs. Pending and active. Nothing. Old messages. Hey Ace, if you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. You don't want unsecured jackpoints in bathroom stalls. No, you do not. Oh dear. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man, and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Iga might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason to than because Monica said so. This is what I was thinking. She's been like butting heads with us for a while, so I tried to settle things down, but now I'm gonna start like being a leader. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. You taking the piss, mate? Go back. I ain't gonna botchy this chance. Can I see my other people yet? I want this to go to someone else. I'll carry it with me for now, anyway. Assemble the team and travel to Das Castle House Hotel to search for Green Winters. Let's go. Alright, now we've got to stop being a hard ass. The Drug Pit. Das Castle House Hotel and Nightclub, crown jewel of Dragonfall, the filthiest kids in Berlin. Opening the door to the ground-level dance club is like bashing your head into a wall of sound. Flashing lights stab your eyes, and the air is perfumed with a cheap synthahol and engine grease. Everything in here is cranked up to 11, a playground for the numb. Green Winters is somewhere in this building. You steel yourself with a sensory assault and step inside. The team makes a quick check of their weapons and follows you into Das Castle House. Can I not remove? Oh. Guess I can't. That's a shame. I really wanted Glory to have this. Alright. Body strength and willpower, eh? You're less likely to use that. I guess I'll just keep hold of it. Nice. I can't use it right now. Oh, I suppose I can. Yeah. No, I already have that. Yeah, I don't have enough. Alright. Welcome to the club. The troll working the door might be the shortest you've ever seen, and the thickest. Despite the pounding music and the writhing bodies, his face is buried in a comic book. He looks up and gives you a cursory once-over and sighs. Welcome to Das Castle House, now under new management again. There's no cover, just go on in and get your fix. That's Kroner at the bar over there, he'll take care of you. He burrs his nose back into his comic book while tapping a meaty thumb on the black plastic slung from his belt. A high-powered stun gun. Just play now so you'll meet Herr Zapp. Have fun, Herr Zapp. I'm looking for someone, maybe you know him. I doubt it. This place is filled with interested people, so just dying to meet you, so go meet him. Supposed to be some sort of F-state activist, calls himself Green Winters. An F-state activist? Why didn't you say so? Know where I can find him? No. Puts his comic in voice, slows to a crawl. He makes a point of enunciating each word. I point people to the bar. If someone starts trouble, I give them a taste of her zap. That's it. That's all I do. This is the saddest turn up for a club I've ever seen. Yeah, it's pretty dire, isn't it? There's like 5 people in here. The music out here on the floor is way too loud for comfort. The scene going down at the bar is even louder. The dealer on duty stands impassively behind the bar. A desperate looking young woman is pleading with him, apparently to little effect. Alright, Sirke, I'm going to explain how this works to you one more time. I get my cash, and you get your cram. No cash, no cram. Period. This is meant to be the ultimate queer future. Where are my gays at? Dunno. We'll have to find them. Tuesdays are rough. But I need it, Kroner, come on! Her words come out in a desperate whine. Pale skin, sunken eyes, and a trembling lip all point to the early symptoms of withdrawal. And I have cash, I totally do. It's up in my room, but you guys won't let me up there to get it. Hotel's under new management, beautiful. You don't have a room anymore. Whatever was up there, you might as well forget about it. But that was all I had, and I have to get right. Soon. Well, maybe we could work out a trade. Cram for services. Services? Understanding slowly shows on the young woman's face. Her eyes go wide. Come on, Kroner. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Do you want the cram or not? She sets her jaw, a look of disgust on her pallid face. That ain't gonna happen, Summer. Not now. Not ever. The bartender shrugs. I give you about half an hour before the shake set in. When that happens, you know where to find me. He turns to another customer with a smirk, leaving the desperate young woman crumpled against the bar. Wow, seems like a real fucking piece of work, huh? An expensive bottle of scotch. From the colour, you'd guess that the contents are at least 50% water. Oh my god. Bleak. Giga jerk. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to remember where that bottle is because it might end up smashing it over his head. And yet so incredibly normal, sadly. Silky looks up at you, a look of abject misery plastered across her face. Leave me alone, okay? I've got problems to deal with. Kroner is a Drex stay, and I'll hook you up with some cram free of charge. A cram habit is a rough thing to shake. I know your place that can help you get clean if you're interested. I do actually know a place, but I also want to help her out. I'm gonna start here.
Really, that'd be incredible.
The lips struggle upward in a facsimile of a smile.
I really need that money, and I left some things in there too, you know, personal stuff.
I can be very discreet.
My stuff should be up in room 304. That's where me and Nadja and Sarah was staying until, well, you know. I'll be waiting right here when you get back down. So what do you need to know?
You heard of a guy named Green Winters?
No, I don't think. Oh, yeah. I bumped into him here a few days ago. I remember because his name sounds like a kind of chewing gum. I don't think I remember seeing him leave, so he's probably holed up in his room. I'm pretty sure that there's still some people up there, the ones that the gang has missed. I hear they locked themselves in.
What can you tell me about the layout of the hotel?
It's a nice enough place, you know, for a factory. Let's see, well, okay. The second floor is the security station. Lots of high-tech stuff up there. And I've heard stories about the penthouse level, something about a sealed vault. There's supposed to be something real valuable in there, but nobody knows what it is. Doesn't stop them from talking about it, though. So, okay.
That might be mine. Do we have a... Wait a minute. We don't have our data jacker anymore. I should fix that. I need a new deck. I need to get it to the hotel. Any idea who I'd talk to about that?
You could talk to Frank. He's the floor manager. He'd have an elevator key.
Points to the north end of the club.
He's over there on the VIP balcony. See the greasy jackass in the oversized suit? The one drooling all over the table dancer? That's Frank.
Tell me whatever you can about the gang that's taken over the hotel.
Bad guys. I mean, like real bad guys. The gang that used to run this place wasn't all bad. They kept the cram flowing and the prices weren't too high. They never hassled me as long as I kept buying. The new guys killed them all when they took over. Now I'm stuck dealing with assholes like Kroner. The floor manager Frank had a thing for my girl Sarah. He was always coming on to her, but no matter how many times she told him no. I haven't seen her since the takeover, but he won't stop asking me about her. Guy's a real creep. That's all I can think of. I steer clear of the new guys when I can. I shouldn't have to tell you why. Thanks, you've been very helpful. Sure thing, just hurry back with that stuff, okay? I really, really need it. I should have sent her to the good place. Because I think it's not just going to be the money. I think she's got a bunch of cram in there. New lady, huh? Ain't seen you around here before. What can I get you? Overheard your little conversation. Yeah, we'll keep that discreet. I'm looking for a guy who calls himself Green Winters. Know him? Think so? Might be staying upstairs. How do I get up there? You don't talk to me. Talk to Frank. He's in the back VIP lounge. Now, you want something from the bar, or were you just here to chat? Alright. I've heard your little conversation with Silky there. Hey, if she wants her cram, she's got to pay, same as anybody else. Your bosses might like to know that you're jamming their customers in exchange for their merch. What do you think? Okay, pal, here's the deal. The guards here, they don't discriminate. If I call them, they're gonna kill everyone in this room other than me. So unless you want to see the bodies start dropping all over this club, you'll back the hell off. Now, do you want to buy something enough? Cram, show me what you got. A designer amphetamine. I'm gonna fuck this guy up so much. Oh yeah, I'll be back. Party girl. The girl in the corner is a model STEM junkie, all wild eyes and nervous energy. She greets you with a smile so wide as to border on the grotesque.
Hey, good looking, you want a party?
With you? Not a chance. Excuse me?
Come party with me. You've got some crab rat. I just love a lady that's willing to share.
I'm not carrying any.
Well then go get some, okay? At the bar. I'll be waiting.
We'll see. I wonder if that's a side quest. I don't really want to go around giving cram to junkies. Unless there's something in it for me. Then again, how do I know if there isn't? Let me butter her up a little bit. Electrical panel, okay. Let's talk to Frank. That's the information we got.
Hey Frank, what's up?
Pinned to the floor manager's too expensive for this neighborhood and too baggy to be his suit is a name tag. Frank.
Yeah, what's your need?
Reluctantly, he sits his attention away from the elvish dancer swaying in front of him. I could just straight up attack the dude, but given what we know about the security in this place, maybe that's not a good idea. I'm looking for a guy, calls himself Green Winters, know him? His face screws up with a look of disgust.
Yep, saddle bastard with a data jack that oozes something nasty. Wears cheap glasses and drinks like a fish. What about him?
I need to talk to him.
Well, that would be your problem, Chelmer. My problem is I'm talking to you instead of watching Inga dance.
He turns back to the dancer. I need to get into this hotel.
Hotel's closed. We're fumigating up there, you know, for bugs.
Frank's sideburns there is something else. We're in Dragonkeeper. You think I care about a few bugs? I need a room.
Look, buddy, closed is closed, and that's what we are.
I could use etiquette. Except I'm not either a corporate or gang. I could pay him off. Or we could get messy. I'll get the hint. We're leaving.
Yeah, bye. Don't let the door hit you.
Don't worry, Frank. I haven't forgotten who you are.
Looks like the elevator's locked down, but the control system's tied to the building's LAN. I don't have any drone control, so I can't do shit about this. A cheap sign done in block lettering across the door reads Hotel, closed by authority of new management. It looks like I don't have a lot of options, folks. I either pay the man, or we get messy. Hey, Frank. Your elevator key. I'll take it from your corpse. Get knocked the fuck out. You're welcome. Oh no, security's on our asses now. Okay, okay. Big heal. Damn. I feel like this ogre dancer is in danger. I'm trying to keep the civilians out of danger. Come on, man. There we go. Did not mean to do that. That was a terrible move. And it was an accident. Oh, minus 3 AP. Oh, Glory's so fucked. She's asleep. You know what? I need cover. How are you still alive? Not enough ammo. Shit, I've got to reload. Okay, what else we got? Strips armor. Bam! Oh, we do not do a lot of damage with that. Nice! Very nice. Minus 1 AP but reduces HP damage by 6. Can hit adjacent targets at ranges of 6 or greater. Oh! Stunned in range, but that's okay. Oh! That's not okay. Alright, we need to get closer. Or we take a really long pot shot at this guy. Oh! Shot! Absolute shot! The minus 6 AP is bad. I think it's just because she's asleep for X number of turns kind of thing. Oh my god. Take a look over here. Damn it. Got him. Objective failed. Retrieve Silky's belongings. What? We can't get to the hotel now? Oh, I guess she escaped. Oh, damn it. We failed the side quest. Oh well. How are we all doing? Glory, you want to wake up? There we go. Yeah, we couldn't really do that. We had no other option other than paying the guy off, and I didn't want to give him any more money because he was an asshole, so... Oh boy, my bitrate dropped there for a sec. What's going on? This elevator seems mechanically sound. That's about all it has going for it. Candy wrappers and used syringes litter the floor, and the handrails are inexplicably sticky. It would appear that cleanliness isn't a high priority for the hotel staff. I don't think we'll be able to get into that safe. But room 304 has something we want. I can't get Silky's belongings to her, but I can get Silky's belongings. Or maybe I can't. Maybe they're just gone. Okay, fine. I'm gonna loot the place anyway. This place is a shithole. Before the center of the room's beginning to cave in, a trickle of light spills up through the cracks in the floorboards and from another room below. With a little force, you could probably open a hole big enough to drop down there. Yeah, let's do it. Hello. Please don't hurt me, I'm just a line cook. The cook's starting eyes are wide open, and behind them you see a pure animal terror. If you let me go, I won't tell anyone, I promise. Why are you locked in the kitchen? Wait, you're not with those guys out there? Well, I just thought... Spit it out. I thought you were one of them, you know, the gangers that took over and shut up the place. I worked for the previous owners. When the shooting started, I shut myself in here. They, whoever they are, haven't figured out how to override my keys yet. It's been a day and a half. I don't know how much longer I can stay here. Who's the stiff by the sink? That's the head chef, Felix. He took a hit to the chest when they raided this floor. I thought I could stop the bleeding, but I couldn't. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, thanks. Tell me anything you can about this place. Okay, Sam, I think there's just sort of a chop shop up in room 401, like low-level street dog stuff. I had to deliver room service there one day when we were short-staffed. When I saw that they opened the door, scared the dreck out of me. What I saw when they opened the door scared the dreck out of me. People hooked up the tubes and stuff. The door code was 5870 if you want to look. Oh, I need to get moving. Wait, you'll help me out of here, won't you? I mean, you're not just going to leave me to die here, are you? There's still gangers out there. You'd be safer in here. Oh yeah, you're probably right. I'll just stay in here then. The line cook steals a glance at the dead chef lying crumpled by the sink. With him. We can get out later. I wasn't smart enough to tell this genius to put the body in the freezer. Hello. Yeah, it wouldn't smell great, would it? It's probably used to it. Oh, there's just like no cover. What does this mean? Goon boss, wrong weapon. Shit, should have reloaded. That's to res, this is to heal. Ow! Oh! It's a bad time. Don't know why I did that. AP damage attack. Wow, his attack sucks. Out of everyone's. Oh, shot a leg off. Right, nice, perfect. Good job, Ego. Okay, Bocce, what are we doing? Okay. Ah, nice. We actually hit someone. I take it back. Its attack is good when you can actually hit someone. Not bad. Get to cover. Shit. Nice. Okay, what else we got? How you like me now? Missed. Get that heal going. Give you an accuracy boost. Nice. That was good. Happy with that. Simple but effective. Search guest register by name. Search current guest register by room number or admin services. Wait, what was that? Silky Schroeder, Sarah Newman, Najib Bauer. Read the attached notes. Cram habit, 2 ampules a day, preferred customer. Bliss habit, 1 pack a day, note to sales team, keep the pressure up, shows signs of becoming a preferred customer. Or Bauer, recreational multi-drug user, preferred customer. I see. Brewery customer. Currently staying on floor 4 in room 405. Guy in the master suite on 4 asked for his room code to be changed again. Paranoid son of a bitch. Anyway, dude's been renting one of our biggest rooms for months, so I guess I couldn't complain too much. New code is 1989. That's Green Winters. Anything else? I need the code for this. Maybe if I go back and talk to your boy over here, I can tell him that there's no danger here now. Maintenance key fob. Very good. I'll make use of this. I took care of the guys outside. You should be able to make a run for it. Thank you, I'm as good as gone. First floor. Yay, Borg. I'm gonna get some today. I was gonna get like a breakfast, but I didn't really want a big greasy breakfast. I ate my leftovers for lunch just before the stream, which was a nice pasta bake that I did. Not pasta bake, it was a one pot, but it was good anyway. Get something between streams, because we have another stream later, I think. And I'm not sure what it's going to be. I think we've had a couple people drop out, so it probably won't be EDF today. In fact, was it EDF today? I think it's today, right? Either way, it's not. So we have to figure something out, but Borg felt good. Received 63 yen. That's cool. These are these maintenance things that we can get into now. Yes, I'm going to explore all the rooms. This is kind of what I do. Access safe. Please input password. Cancel. I don't have the props to do that. However, $300. I'll take it. Wait, what room is this? 101? The section of wall seems to be buckling under its own weight. The aging wallpaper that lines the rest of the hallway has long since peeled away, revealing the structure of the wall underneath. While the underlying structure is reinforced with steel support struts, you can see signs of rust and metal fatigue everywhere. The entire wall looks like a giveaway from a force were applied. Shoulder check the wall, Bachi! You've got 3 strong! Bam! Searching through the clutter on the desk, you find a small, thin, leather-bound journal. Leafing through the pages of the book reveals only a couple of entries, each of them is scrawled in frantic, barely legible handwriting with crude doodles filling up the margins. Okay, I know Eddie's up to something. Like, I heard him today talking about that guy who works in the kitchen, asking him where the cleaning supplies was at. I've seen Eddie's room. The dude never cleaned a day in his life. I'm gonna follow him by tomorrow and figure out what his deal is. Maybe he's just selling mouthwash to the hobos who's blocked down at the old bus depot. Haha. I knew it, fragging Eddie. I saw him yesterday. I was up on the 3rd floor causing the vending machine down here was out of soy calf. So he came up and went over to the out-of-order latrine. He punched in the code. Didn't know I was watching, did you, Eddie? Well, I ain't so stupid. He put in 2478, and I'm gonna stay up and find out what he's doing in there.
3rd floor latrine. Oh, God, a lot of things to keep in our head right now. You know what? I'm gonna take notes. Because I can do that. Handy device over here that I keep. Get a note going. Oh. What do we got? We got 101. Then we got 3rd floor. In fact, where do I put this? I'll put it here. Oh, a trauma kit. That's cool. Yep, carrying that, that's fine. No? Guess I need to be a hacker to get in there. Third floor last. We gotta head further up. Got a 4th floor. 401 and 405 have both got codes. Five 5870. Oh, this turned violent very quickly. KO. Let's just get some weird cover.
What the fuck? That was a lot of damage. 17. It'd be a waste not to use this. We're on a ley line. I think that makes our magic better. That's what this means. Nice. Okay, fine. Did you spot an illegitimate doctor? They throw grenades at the patient beds. Indeed. It's a pretty dead giveaway. At least it's a dead giveaway now. Turns out a bullet a day keeps the doctor away. Ley lines, 5% accuracy to mage spells, moderate ley lines, 10% accuracy, 1 AP damage to attack spells that cause AP damage, and 2 HP damage to attack spells that cause HP damage. So if I stand on a moderate ley line and hit it with a thunderbolt, that's a good thing. Heavy ley line's even better, so light, medium, heavy, got it. Maybe we can get some free cyberware here. Auto-injector hyper schematic. What's this? Steady supply of hyper stores an internal reservoir until accessed. Okay. See. Advanced medkit. Very good. A Cavalier frag grenade. Nice. .405 is 1989. Okay. Oh boy. Scene is eerily familiar. The dead man is still jacked into his smouldering computer, his face contorted into a mask of pain. Blue smoke spills from his data jack, like Monica. There's something else. The man's outline is wrong. It takes a moment for the realization to sink in. His back is bent at an impossible angle. Jesus. Looks like he convulsed hard enough to break his own spine. Is that even possible? Chloe gestures at the twisted form on the carpet. You tell me. Iger kneels beside the corpse, bending to peer at his face.
Matches the description that Alto gave us. It's Green Winters.
She straightens, glancing back over the body before returning her attention to you.
This is what happened to Monica?
I suspect that it would have. We jet her out in time to prevent it. Hell of a way to go.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Agate takes another glance at the broken corpse and you can see the uncertainty growing in her eyes.
I've seen biofeedback deaths before. Never seen anything like this.
Kneeling to inspect the body, you find smears of blood on the carpet under Winter's right arm. Moving the arm aside, you find a number written across the floor. 91612. You use your PDA to take a hollow pick of the number and the body, then step away. Hanging on the wall is a large, gaudily framed painting, an impressionist landscape, inexpertly rendered in splotches of cheap acrylic. Nameplate in the frame reads, Hearts Mountains 2011. There is nothing here. A large, gaudily framed painting of unimaginative still life with some kitchen objects sitting on a table. There's a safe behind it. Okay. Inside the safe you find a bunch of old well-worn media discs. The words "Watch Me" have been hastily written on the back of the topmost discs. Take the discs. As soon as you finish with the safe, the nearby vid phone begins to ring.
Hey, Chief, don't hang up. I've got a proposition for you.
This isn't the best time, friend. I'm a little busy. Yeah, I get that. From what I've been seeing on my monitors, you've had a busy day. You want to hear me out all the same. Trust me on this. You've probably noticed this building's under new management, right? And judging by the fresh corpses that I'm seeing stewing all over the hotel, I'm gonna guess that you don't like the new guys any better than I do. Well, I'd better make you an offer. You help cover my escape, and I'll help you get into a secure vault on the top floor, belonging to the leader of the gang that used to run this place. Alright. Trust me, it's still secure. I set up the security protocols myself. The last decker they brought in to take a crack at it came back out on a stretcher. They haven't found too many volunteers since then. You got my attention. What's in the vault? Gear, money, you know, loads of good stuff. Well, you don't know, do you? Well, no. I mean, I've never actually seen what's in the vault, not personally. Look, buddy, I just set up the matrix security for the thing. The old boss didn't let me set foot into the vault. He was a little paranoid, you know? But he was adamant that he wanted me to rig up some really killer IC, so there must be something of value up there. So how about it? You want a crack at that vault or not? Yeah, where do I meet you? Room 505 on the penthouse floor. Come rendezvous with me here and I'll take you to the vault. Well, you know, I wanted to get in there anyway. How many optional objectives do I have right now? What's that? Nothing in here. So I need to head back down to 2478, floor 3 bathroom. Do not open. Yeah, that's... She probably listened. Two AP damage though. $28 damage. There's a note on the door. His food's in the crisper drawer. See you next week, Stephen. Stephen. His food. He had a pet venomous scorpion. Well, now he doesn't anymore. Sorry. Yeah. Got some cram. Nice. Can I, like, heal outside of combat? Jazz, man's been cooking. Got this cool stuff we got. We've got some jazz, combat stim that increases quickness 2 and AP 1. It's actually great for Baji. Okay. Over here, buddy. Yep. Be right with you after I loot every other person on this floor. Mm-hmm. Now this is our cover. A little dangerous, but we'll take the chance. 18 damage though. Get that back. Man's got good cover. Three bad. She got it back though because it was in the same turn, I guess, which is nice. That's the safe, I'm guessing. Door is double maglocked. To be easy to tunnel through the wall than it would be to break through this thing. Uh-huh. Yeah, they love their grenades. We keep standing in a little group, so they're gonna use them. Hello, my friend. You could come. I've always been a good judge of character. Since we're meeting in person, I'll formally introduce myself. Blitz, Decker Extraordinaire at your service. Watch your chance. The vault's just around the corner. Once we get there, I can unlock it with a few clicks on the keypad. Blitz offers you something between a smile and a smirk. Built myself a back door when I wrote the security system. Never hurts to be too careful. Sounds good. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Tap, tap, tap. Done. Wait, when did that thing get installed? Take cover. Ah, 27 damage. Let's go ahead and... Ah, you fucking for real? Oh wait, yeah, wrong character. Oh, this guy's an SMG dude too. Hello. Man's at his pants. Good thing I can fire through that wall, eh? Good damage. Oof. It's gonna wake up in a sec. Nice. Gonna wake up dead. Okay, Bachi. Big ley line powers, let's go. Puts us right out in the open. But you can summon a spirit from this toxic waste, so that's cool, I guess. Gain 2 dodge. What do we got here? Bliss. Incoming damage reduced. AP up. Medkits. Everyone's kind of hurting a bit. $25 damage. But it didn't lose AP. Got it. It's pretty textbook. Send this to stash. Some bliss. Oh no, it's the drug formula for Jazz. Okay, open the safe is the last thing we want to do. Drone appears to be broken. All it can seem to do is hover in place. Take it. Worth some creds, I'm sure. What else we got? 4,500 bucks and some nitro. So they had any a Drek. Yeah, man, it was good. I got some money. You're coming with me, bruv. Return to Krutz Bazaar. So we only failed Silky's belongings and talked to Frank because we had to punch Frank, and that made Silky run away. Let's see what kind of hell awaits us down here. Yeah, we use the universal language of the fist. And look, Frank's gone. Now there's just a crater where he used to be. Which is really for the best, I think. Hey, thanks for the assist. Can't tell you how happy I am to leave this place behind. Keep your thanks, it was just business. Hey, I got you. Business is business and all that. Say, speaking of business, you wouldn't happen to need a Nova hot decker, would you? Because I suddenly found myself unemployed. As it happens, we could use a decker. We really could. He's also an SMG user and he's like gonna take Bocce's limelight. I'll take him. Excellent, fantastic. I promise you, you won't regret it. Let's just join your team. He didn't do his dirty. He was right. He got us in the safe. You can pay your way, then you're welcome to join us. The team makes its way back to the nearest U-Bahn station. 20 minutes later, you want to return trip to the Krutz Bazaar, leaving the filth of Dragonfall far behind. But the image of Green Winter's twisted coats continues to linger in your mind. You lift one of the discs that you pulled from Winter's safe to the light. Reflections dance off of its surface. With luck, you'll soon have the answers you've been looking for. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Clicking the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen will open the crew advancement menu. When this icon is highlighted, one or more of your companions is eligible to learn a new combat skill. Each advancement level you may choose one of 2 possible combat skills for each runner. Okay, cool. Now then, I get it. What do we want? She did really well with both shotgun and the sniper rifle. I think I like her as a sniper more because she does so much fucking damage. Whereas accuracy for one shot or imbalanced targets, making them easier to hit at close range. I'm gonna take this one. Okay. For Dietrich, augment Electro Core. It now strips 1 armor. Okay. Or trains further with thrown weapons, increasing his accuracy. That would be good because he sucks. His accuracy's terrible. Glory. Razor Specialist. Melee attacker. Razor slash followed up by a kick. Pierces up to 1 armor. May do AP damage. Yes, because I really like using her in close range. And you don't get anything yet. Item Broken Drone. I acquired this drone. Can you get it up and running again? Yeah, probably it might take a bit of doing though. I love working on these old court drones. Can't make you any guarantees, but either way it's on the house. I'll leave it in your hands. Cool. What else I got? I have a schematic. A drug formula. Which I guess I'm gonna take to these people over here. Zag Flash. I got a phone there for combat sting. Can you produce something like that? Oh, you know I'm your man. I can hook you right up now. Okay. Changed my mind. But now I can buy jazz from the man. Finally. Triage. I found the schematic. Think you can hook me up with this chrome? Very nice. The design appears to be simple enough. Yes, I should be able to provide you with this. It won't be cheap though. Time for Bocce to begin her journey to becoming a robot. So the auto-injector hyper increases... Accuracy is increased for 6%. Incoming damage is increased by 3 for 3 rounds of combat. What else could we get? Extra HP. HP and quickness would be real nice. Dermal plating. Cover your bones with plastic. That's 3% to hit. In this setting, cyberware and magic are incompatible as magic relies on your literal body. Right. Is that what essence means? My lower essence is gonna mean lower magic damage. Okay, in that case, we're gonna have to not do that, because that's kind of the fundaments of our power. That's okay though. I shall instead buy some basic medkits. As many as you have, please, because, my god, I took a lot of damage that time. I guess we'll keep our limbs. We just came into some cash. Accepting donations. We're now ready to open up donations once again. Thanks to your kind assistance, the shelter is now fully stocked with blankets and space heaters, and with enough rice, salt, and barley to last through the winter. We're guaranteeing the physical well-being of the Kritzbazar's needy is only part of the equation. We must see to their mental well-being as well. Our next goal to fully stock the library. With 350 new yen, we could make the purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. Bam! This is incredibly generous. Thank you, my friend. And yes, truly marvellous. With this contribution, we've reached our second goal. We will put this money to use stocking the library with a full range of literature, philosophy, poetry, and training manuals. Thank you again for your help, Bocce Chance. You've made a tremendous difference to this community. I'm gonna help him out. Girl with the chip in her hand stands with her eyes closed, rocking back and forth. She looks so frail that a light breeze might knock her over, but she somehow stays on her feet. Whether by coincidence or some kind of preternatural junkie awareness, she opens her eyes. Awareness... spelling error. She notices her eyes when you come... She opens her eyes when you come near. I know you. Maybe by face, if not by name. I'm Bocce Chance. By face, by name, by cry, or by song. Simi Kim is what most people call me. They think I don't know why, but I do. Monica explained. How do you feel about Monica's death? Sad. She never got to have a family. She'll never get married, never be a mother. Seems she was a mother to the whole Kritzbazar. Kim nods her head almost dumbly, her eyes unfocused on the ground. Monica said her mother is always a mother. Always. She hugs herself tighter and stares blankly at the ground. Oh, I see. Got some dark backstory, I think. What have you been up to? The girl absently fingers the chipjack in her temple. I wanted to escape with the children and the captain. We had to get away from the soldiers, out of Austria. But it was wrong, all wrong. I was taking them over the mountains, but it was the wrong way. I know it was. Would have taken us straight into Germany, not Switzerland. We should have taken a train, gone to Italy. There we would have been safe. I didn't want it to end badly, so I turned it off. Zack saw me something new. In it, I feel strong. I have a son and he's destined to save the world. I have to protect him because the machines have come back to kill him before he can become a man. I won't let that happen because in there I'm strong. Though Kim's words are bold, her trembling voice and body betray something aching for us. Someone aching for a fix. I'll catch up with you another time. Eesh. I wonder if she knows the difference between sim and reality at this point. Probably not. Der Weinkeller. Oh, I'm gonna go in there in a sec, but first I'm gonna go talk to the other guy. Oh no, you don't want to talk to me. Okay. Use astral perception to read Alstan's aura. Okay. Your third eye slides open and you find yourself staring at nothing. Where the Alsora should be, an hazy grey smear undulates instead. Alstan's voice slides into your ears like a living thing. You won't catch sight of me that way, human. My true self is hidden, tucked away behind a veil of time and ether. Be thankful, you wouldn't like what you'd see. Your third eye slides shut again, involuntarily this time. Back in the material world, you find yourself rubbing your temples against a sudden headache. It feels like eye strain, only 1,000 times worse. Don't worry, the pain will fade in time. I wouldn't recommend doing that again, though. You don't need to worry about that. I won't try to read your aura again anytime soon. Believe me, it's for the best. I'm looking to buy some magic. He's got a cool magic circle in his house. What do we got? Now I'm going to buy the outfit. And the stun bolt. because what I'm thinking is we now have 2 AP damaging attacks. And a cool new gear set. Yeah, armor against that fucking grenade shit. Assuming that under the hood armor works like it would in a tabletop RPG, where it's like adding a modifier to incoming damage. Chance to fail or whatever. Oh, it's Kami. Tips an invisible hat. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Kami. Are you looking for something? Well, who you are for one thing. I'm Old Tug's ears and hands outside the cafe. Call me Kami. I wear a couple hats, a barista, a gopher. Keep my eyes and ears open. Let's just say I get on by trading stories. So I can count on you to hear what's going on. Like I said, only if you've got something juicy for me, or if Old Tug wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I may be his ears and hands, but he's got enough of a voice all by himself. He doesn't seem to be afraid to use it either. Not in the slightest. Since you just moved here, I have some advice. If you haven't guessed already, he's got his fingers in a lot of pies. I've seen what happens when he doesn't approve of someone or something. Pissing him off can't be worth it. And at the very least, you won't be able to get good coffee in this town again. So what's the story between you and Altug? He grins and winks lasciviously at you. Oh, surely you have guessed. Oh, isn't he a little old for you? Oh goodness no, listen, it's not like that. I'll tell you all about it sometime, but there's no need to worry about the nature of our relationship. Purely business, I assure you. I'll tell you all about it sometime. Right now, though, I have some errands to run. Come over sometime and we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? So, you know what? No judge. Unless, you know, you're into people who are too young. Age is just a number. That's what people say. Within reason. What is this? Oh, it's a cool bar. Lucky Strike. Is that your real name? A young woman stands at the bar smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before. Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-grey smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey, the distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. You need something? Don't believe we've met, and Bocce-chance. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on her cigarette. How you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. She wasn't just my boss, she was a friend. She smirks and lets smoke escape out the corner of her mouth. Yeah, well, sorry for your loss and all that. A lot of people are still torn up about it. So, you need something, or are you just gonna stand there staring? Why'd you bring up Monica? Did you know her? I met her a couple times. Seemed nice enough. She takes another drag on her cigarette. But I mostly know her by reputation. Can't live in this Keats without hearing about the Queen of the Kurtz Bazaar. She pauses and slowly lets the smoke escape through her nostrils. Can't say that I was a fan. That's your prerogative. Well, then you didn't really know her. That's true, but I do have eyes and I can see what's been happening to the Kurtz Bazaar since she got geeked. The whole place is falling apart, isn't it? Why do you think that is? Monica helped a lot of people. Now she's gone, she can't anymore. Simple. The illustrious Frau Schaefer helped people alright. She helped them so much that they couldn't make things work without her anymore. She made herself into a leader here, and guess what? In an anarchist system, there aren't supposed to be any leaders. Lucky Strike taps out her cigarettes and leans towards you, a predatory grin on her face. You and your friends, you followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders without question, right? Not without question. There were debates. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down and you wound up doing whatever she said, right? Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. For such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? A fair point, but you aren't going to change my opinion of Monica. We need leaders. Because even anarchists, if you're going to rally against the system, you have to do it in an ordered fashion, right? Fair enough, you're probably right. I didn't know her like you do. I'm sure she was a lovely person. All I really know is that your friend's death left the power vacuum, and that of the Kreutz Bazaar is less stable because of it. Speak to you again some other time. When I need some muscle or intel or something, I'm sure. Alright, let's just return and wrap up this little quest. No, it's further this way. You live here now, Blitz. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts and a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey Chief, you need something? Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? Well Chief, I wasn't around for most of it, but you got me out of the hotel, and for that you've got my eternal thanks. Now that you've settled in, I've got some questions for you. Glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table, then turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try to keep it short, okay Chief? I've got things to do. How long were you in Dragonfall? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of 39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realise how good I was, how much money I could have made working the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. You're a member of a drug gang. Why should I trust you? Well, wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. He does his best to give you a winning smile. He looks like Bruce. I'm a trustworthy guy. Prove it. Tell me about that gang you ran with. Well, I don't know much. Don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of the gang leadership or anything. I'm not really sure why you care either. Consider it a test. I need to know where your loyalty's like. Or, it doesn't matter why I care. Just tell me. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragonfall, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarzherzen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. Did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzherzen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then Dieter was killed in a firefight, and our happy little family fell apart. Was that when the hotel got attacked? Not exactly. The Schwarzherzen maintained their hold on Dragonfall, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dieter kicked the bucket, his second in command took over. She was a real piece of work, called herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. Did she turn on you? Immediately. Don't know why. Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter back before he ate the bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? Point is, she went after me, vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head, and then the hotel got taken over. So there's what you need to know about the Schwarzherzen. They were a great gang, powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. Then they had a management turnover and everything went to hell. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Wait a second, that isn't it. There are some pretty big holes in that story. Come on, Chief, this is all ancient history. Wouldn't you rather talk about the future? The runs we're going to go on, all the money we're going to make. Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting the price in your head and the hotel getting attacked. Alright, Chief, fine, if that's what it'll take to make you happy. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzherzen who were loyal to Luster were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick out their necks for me. The advantage of being a gang is protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. What did you do? Blitz taps the plastic of his data jack. What I had to. Luster declared war on me, so I retaliated and I won. Or we out ever firing a shot? That's not an answer.
You won't be satisfied until I spell it out, will you? Okay, fine. I hacked into Lester's computer and sent all of her information to a rival organisation. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. Not anymore, he ain't. They hit the Schwarzherzen and they hit him hard. Then they took the hotel. And then they took me. I'll admit the plan backfired a little. Served you right for ratting out your own gang. You're a traitor, Blitz. Nah, I actually would have done exactly what he did. If my gang got took over by a bunch of assholes and they all turned on me, I'd be like, well, fuck you then. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team. Yeah, all right, mate. I'll give you a little bone for now. Throw you a bone. Speaking of bone, doggo! Hey, Dante. Look down to see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face looking back up at you. Dante, Monica's old dog. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. On some instinctive level, he must know that his master is gone. Dante lets out a small whine and then rubs his head against your leg. Play dead! No, pet him. Woof! Diet Rich. Hey, boss. What can I do for you? How are you holding up? You seem to take Monica's death harder than the others did. Dietrich shakes his head, a wistful expression in his face. Nah, no harder. But I'm less buttoned up than the others are. Agra will never let himself show any weaknesses. Well, Agra will never let herself show any weakness. And Glory, well, she's still full of crime to feel much of anything. He shrugs. Me, I don't give a damn. I've spent too much of my life putting on a show for others already. What do you mean by that? I used to front a punk band way back when. Nice. Believe it or not, I've spent a pretty good chunk of my life on stage. Yeah, that tracks. Whenever we went playing, I was living up to our fans' expectations, spouting off, getting into fights, getting drunk, getting laid. Not a bad life, all things considered. Wait a second. You can sing? You're guys with a critical eye. I was a front man for a punk band, boss. Fuck no, I can't sing. That's the exact response I was hoping for. Thank you, Dietrich. But I wasn't half bad at rolling up a crowd. What was your band called? Maybe I've heard of it. Oh, I doubt it, boss. We never really got into airplay. Come on, Dietrich, tell me. Alright, boss, if you insist. The band was called Messerkampf, spelled just like it sounds in big capital letters with an exclamation point. We weren't a big act or anything. We sold a few records here and there, toured around Europe. We had a decent following in England and we held up in London from 31 to 36. Spent most of our time slamming it around the East End. Picked up enough Cockney to irritate the folks back home. Well, I guess we picked the right fucking voice for him then. Apart from the fact that he's German. He shakes his head. Truth be told, that whole chapter of my life is a bit of a blur. We didn't do it for the fans, or the fame, and we sure as shit didn't care about money. All that mattered to us was staying young, and drunk and angry. He takes a moment to examine his gnarled hands, a sad smile on his face. I managed a second too. Good God, where has the time gone? Dietrich shakes himself from his reverie and looks back up at you. The familiar easy grin returns to his face. Well, anyway, boss, everything ends eventually, and I washed my hands of all this years ago. Let's change the subject if you don't mind. Yeah, he's a good character. I like him. How did you go from fronting a band to running the Shadows? Wasn't as big a leap as you'd think. I already had a healthy disrespect for authority, and I had the magic to back it up. One nice thing about shamanism is as long as you keep your idol happy, it doesn't matter what else you do. The Dragon Slayer chose me to be his servant. And as long as I was scrapping with someone bigger than me, it didn't much care whether I did it on stage or in the shadows. Tell me about the Dragon Slayer. He shrugs. Not much to tell. He chose me when I was just a kid. I could always feel him in my heart, goading me to laugh louder, hit harder and get rowdier than the rest. Of course, my family didn't understand, but the hell with him, I thought. I knew that I was destined for greater things. So I listened to him, and I cracked the skulls of a lot of bad people. He saw this and was pleased and rewarded me with magic, and I used that magic to crack bigger, thicker skulls, and so on. He shrugs. It's a simple life, but a good one. Any thoughts about that?
about that last run you'd like to share?
Well, we found Winters. That's something, I guess. This how things. Me feeling uneasy, boss, but at least we have direction to look in.
So long, Dietrich. He nods at you.
Take it easy, boss.
Good boy, Dietrich. Very good. Right, now we've got to kind of get in throwing weight around mode a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Edgar turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face.
Look, I owe you an apology.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise. But I took that anger out on you and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me you couldn't have done anything to help Monica. And I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that.
About your Lexus, she begins to turn away.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
There are 3 things I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see the wariness behind her eyes.
Go ahead, nobody's stopping you.
That weak-ass apology changes nothing. Your behavior after Monica's death was inexcusable. She wants regiment, she wants order, but we should chastise her because, you know, it takes a big person to do an apology like that. You're a valued member of this team, Iger. We need you now more than ever. Glad that you're on my side. She raises a hand to stop you. The expression on her face has gone from cautious to annoyed.
Cut the bullshit, fearless leader. I don't respond well to flattery.
Forget it then.
Yeah, I will. She shakes her head in disgust. You should go. I've got a prep to do for our next run.
I forgot the bit where they said she hates flattery.
I got the prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear.
Alright, we'll get her next time. Gotta chew her out next time. Glory's expression remains distant, but her lips curl up into a hint of a smile.
Bachi-chans, need something?
Anything still okay with you?
You never need to worry about me, Bachi-chans, I'm fine.
You kind of started running the shadows much more than 5 years ago, Top, so what's with the vintage chrome?
That's not the story that I'm interested in telling out of context.
If you really want to get into it, we're going to need to go back. Way back. She stares at you with her cold, dead eyes. I'm not sure that you want to do that. You say that you'll give me answers when we talk about your past, so let's talk about it.
Why do you care?
There's no hostility in her voice. If anything, she sounds suspicious. Because I'm the leader of this team, and I need to know as much as I can about the runners who are working with me. She pauses for a moment considering, then she nods.
Alright, fine, we can talk, but we're doing it on my terms. This is a long story, Bachi-chans. Long and ugly and cruel. Are you sure you want to hear this?
Buckle up, chat! It's story time!
Please. Alright, I'm going to start at the beginning. Not for you, for me. I guess that might help me say all this out loud.
She takes a deep breath and then slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out in a cool monotone.
My family lived in Stuttgart. It was a nice enough place, I suppose. My parents worked as wage slaves for IFMU. My mum was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well. That's what Mum always told me, but I never knew him that way.
She pauses for a long moment. When she begins speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the first time since you met her, Glory sounds alive. Interesting character.
The dad that I knew was an old, damaged Euro war vet who turned to hardline religion to make sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that meant either the Ritter Christi or their fascist cousins, the Kreutzritters. My father chose the latter path. I still remember hiding in my room when my father had his Kreutzritter brothers over for prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, and spend an hour or two riling themselves up with talk about heretics and the devil's work. Then they'd go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living shit out of him and drown him in the necker. Oof. Meanwhile, I'd be holed up at home with Mom, who would commemorate the evening by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep.
I'd like to get my hands on you, Danny's Crusaders, see how they're like pushing someone who can push back. Sorry, Glory, no child should have to grow up around that.
It's true. Thanks, Bachi-chans. This is difficult for me. Thank you for making it easier.
She responds well to compassion. Dietrich is just a dude. I honestly find it the easiest one to talk to. I need to learn to talk better to this one. Iger. I gotta be more of a hard ass with Iger. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous assholes, life was pretty normal. I went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom, kid stuff. Then I turned 14 and everything went to shit. Lori pauses, then swallows hard, ever so slightly, her cheeks flush red. Suddenly she looks self-conscious as if it just snapped out of a trance. As quickly as it came, the flush of emotions disappears, her voice frosts over. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You don't need to say anything you don't want to, but if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me. Thank you for understanding. Gloria stares at you through cold dead eyes. Now let's get back to the job at hand, shall we? We'll continue this dialogue later. By the way... No. Okay, I was going to ask her about the mission, but I guess it's too late. Mission computer. I have no unread messages. Claim payment for solved pay data. Alright. Got 500 new yen. That's good. And I think... Oh shit, I need to get better at talking to Iger. Okay, I'm gonna talk to him next time, because I think that's enough for me for one day. I have another stream later this evening, so I'm not gonna get round to tactics. And also, it's another reading game, and I just don't want to right now. So, that being said, I'll see you all this evening at 7 PM for whatever it is we do. It'll be a group stream, Vikings of Twitch. You can see, we'll go live about 7 PM. Wait, I already said that. If you want to see when we go live, you can check out the Discord and there'll be a notification. Till then, I'm gonna yeet. Everyone have a really cool day. And I'll be back probably Wednesday with... And I might play Tactics Wednesday because we didn't play it this weekend. And the reason we haven't been playing it is because I've been grinding it to make it less like we spend the whole stream getting killed over and over. So, you know, I promise it's worth it. Anyway, till then, I shall be in the Discord probably. Have a great day, everyone. Yeet!